Can you hear that?
What have we done? Shh.
Starvation, slaughter and phantoms await the most haunted team in Aberdeenshire.
Hello and welcome to Most Haunted.
Hideous moans, groans and tearful cries shriek around this Highland home. Add these eerie sensations to nauseous feelings of oppression and a number of roaming ghosts, and you'll see why I had to bring you to Fyvie Castle. This ancient home can be found 26 miles north of Aberdeen, and at 795 years of age, it promises a whole host of history. The castle's original timber frame made way for the 14th century style fortress that we see today. And a thoughtful design it was too. Surrounding hills, river and bogland meant that the only feasible direction of attack came from the south. And that of course meant those old foes, the English. Fyvie then spent several centuries passing through a succession of family hands until its eventual sale to the National Trust of Scotland in 1982.
Fyvie Castle, it's absolutely incredible. It's got ghosts, it's got myths, it's got legends, and it's absolutely steeped in Scottish history. William the Lion, Alexander II, Robert the Bruce, Edward I, all stayed here and hunted from this place. King Charles I lived here as a young boy.
The morning room with its beautiful decor hides a gruesome secret. In the 1800s, the fireplace to the room used to be in this position. It was then taken down and moved over here. It was then that they discovered the skeleton of a young child, and ever since then, the cries of a young baby have been heard in this room and throughout the whole of the castle.
And also, there's a malevolent spirit, which they believe to be the ghost of the mother, that still wanders along the corridors, searching for her murdered baby.
The smell of roses often permeates through the Gordon bedroom for no reason, and the ghost of the Green Lady, thought to be Lilias, has been seen many times by a variety of different people. Many people stand aside as if somebody has walked past them when there's nobody else in the room, and some staff members absolutely refuse to enter here. And in the adjacent dressing room there is another strange story. It never heats up. It's absolutely freezing in here, despite efforts to make it warmer. It's the coldest room in the whole of the castle. But why? Well, many of the staff believe that Lilias still lives in this room 400 years after her tragic death. This is the Douglas bedroom, or murder room, where Lilias was barbarically starved to death. There are stains on the floor that are believed to be the blood from her family who tried to rescue her. Many people, when they enter the room, have an overwhelming feeling of sadness, and some people have felt faint and sick. Below the charter room is a secret chamber that is said to be cursed. If a laird tries to open it, they will die and their wife will suffer from blindness. And that is exactly what happened to two of the lairds. They tried to open it and failed and died shortly afterwards. And both their wives suffered from eye irritations. One of them, shortly afterwards, did in fact go blind. Is this really a curse or just a remarkable coincidence? One thing's for sure, the castle take it so seriously that they wouldn't let us, the Most Haunted crew, try to open up the secret chamber. It just adds to one of the many mysteries surrounding Fyvie Castle.
So here we are in what I would say is one of the most haunted castles in Scotland, and I reckon that we're in for it tonight, or at least I hope so.
Also joining us in the Scottish Highlands is Louis Sava. But what does our sceptical parapsychologist expect to see tonight?
Fyvie Castle is probably one of the most beautiful places that I've ever been to. But what do you think is going to happen tonight here at the castle, and what sort of things excite you about the place?
Sure, well, I'm expecting this to have similar kind of phenomena we experience week after week, raps, and hopefully apparitions, so we'll see.
What do you think is going to happen here tonight to the crew?
Well, this is a large old castle with a lot of myth surrounding it, so I'd expect them to experience the whole remit of ghostly phenomena, including the raps and the cold spots that we always experience. I'm not saying they're going to be caused by any kind of real apparitions, but we'll wait and see.
And with spiritualist mediums Derek Okora and David Wells also now on site, we could test our resolve as we spend 24 hours in the isolated and haunted confines of Fyvie Castle.
So does anything strike you as soon as you come?
Well, just as we walked through the door, it get me across the solar plexus. It seems here that I'm getting this feeling of like a man and a woman, and the man's shouting at the woman, and I feel this is from the residual energy. I've got like a depraved mind, and that is linked with a man. And I feel he walks here. He comes in from past memory, and, you know, oh, it's horrible feeling this, Fyvie. It's like, you know, sickening. It's like he gets the young lady, and he gets her into such a position, and nothing short of just absolute...
What do you mean he gets her into position? In what way?
I feel this man bodily raped this young lady.
So, are you picking up on who he was? Did he live here, or was he just visiting this particular house?
No, he had something very strongly to do with... What, Sam? Say it again. He was the laird. The laird. And who's the lady? Was she a maid? What? She was his daughter. What I've just seen him doing.
Tell us what time period this would have been.
It's going back to maybe the late 14 going into the... It's probably in between the 14th, 1500s. And he's wanting to... He goes around this castle and he's ranting and raving. It's like a replay of what he's done. And he smashed his wife down. Oh.
What, he's filled with remorse and guilt, or is he still...
No, he's still angered.
Angry?
A nasty soul, Fyvie. A depraved soul, a depraved mind. And, you know, Mr. Big Cheese of his day, he run this place. He can do anything he wants to do. Oh.
What? What are you pointing
Can we just go a little bit closer?
Yeah, sure.
He raped his daughter here, in front of his wife. And the screaming and the shouting, the mother, love, couldn't stand it. He beat her. This is going to really hurt you and sicken you, but forgive me if I say it, but where this fireplace is here, behind there, it's like as if I saw a replay of him dragging the physical remains and placing the lady, that's his wife, behind here.
So not his daughter that he raped?
No.
You're talking about his wife, and he's buried her remains behind the fireplace?
Behind there.
Definitely behind the fireplace?
Behind there.
OK.
He's slain his own daughter as well. He's killed the two of them.
At the same time?
I feel one after the other.
In the same time period?
Yes,
sort of within
absolutely.
Weeks, days, months?
I feel it could be within a matter of... Because what comes to mind here, a period of three... Now, that could be three days, 3 weeks. I feel people would probably classify him in his day or think he went away to gain experience of the dark arts. He comes back here. He's stronger. He's stronger. And, you know, I feel it was round this raging that he thought, I can do this. I can do it. I'm going to slaughter my own daughter, I slaughter my wife, I can rape, I can pillage, I can do anything. And, you know, he's a warlock. Take it off me, take it off me. You don't have to do that to me.
Who's this?
Okay, Alexander Seaton comes here.
Is this the laird?
Is that the laird? He's one of the lairds. I can hear the voice as well.
Ask him if you can contact him. Ask him what year he was here. Ask him.
1485.
1485.
No.
Alexander Seaton was indeed a former laird of this Highland manor, but he lived between 1555 and 1622. He did have several children, including daughters, as a result of his 3 marriages. This had provided a shocking insight into Fyvie and an early reminder that this may well be a home to a hideous and hidden past. But how many other skeletons would we discover as the night wore on?
Don't like it.
That was almost like shut up, shut up.
The 5 towers of Fyvie are said to have each been built by the families that have called this castle their home. Folklore also paints a traditional and predominantly wholesome past, much in keeping with Aberdeenshire's tranquil countryside. But of these 5 families, Derek feels that one particular relationship had ended far from peacefully. Had a 17th century laird brutally killed his wife and child? A move upstairs may hold an answer.
Oh, God, yes. It's a lady. Whoa. OK, don't know. No, you don't let her in. No. OK? Because I'm unsure of this with her. Is she benevolent or malevolent, Sam? She's benevolent. OK, well, OK then. Right, she comes through here, she walks this passageway. Right. Often, and I know she would be heard, the footsteps. If I can, just reenactment, if you like, of her spirit body. As she comes in, she's drawn to this room. There's no 2 ways about it. She comes in, and it's like as if she stands and she looks in maybe that direction of that bed. She comes over, comes closer to this area, and she's looking into that bed for some reason. If anyone was lying in that bed, it's not so much that they would really see either a male figure or even a female figure. She comes in this hue of colour. And it's like, as she gets closer to the bed, it gets bigger and it gets bigger from that area. Not only is that happening in the atmosphere, the colorations, this is what people would see, it probably frightened them to run out the room.
And who is this? Who do you feel it is?
This, again, I feel would most definitely, I feel, be attributed to the mother love that was slaughtered. She could manifest and develop, and she could probably be seen feature, you know, the features, but she decided, because of her unrest. Also the colours are also, through my experience, the colours are brought about not by just the torment. It's because she's not related that she's truly out of the physical body. She's still holding on to resentment, and I suppose a certain amount of hatred of what her husband did, not just to her but the daughter. She would have visiting spirit energies coming around her, trying to convince her to let go of the atmosphere and come for her rightful place in the world of spirit. And that's why those colours are surrounding her. They're actually surrounding her spirit body.
With things in full swing, we immediately decide to switch our cameras into night vision and join David Wells on the 2nd floor. Activity here was clearly high, as David also sensed this female presence, just as the camera crew were all pressing record.
What was that?
That was a door.
That was a door slamming.
Something's just moved this bed.
Nobody's touched it.
I kid you not, the bed's just been shaking. I'm leaning against the post getting your shot, and the bed's just shook.
Is she here now?
She's here, yeah.
She's in the room with us?
I would say that she's present, and she's not just this room. She's maybe this floor. Maybe it's her that's making the noise on the floor. Not just this room.
Okay.
I'm very, very cold as well all of a sudden. She's almost like she's bathed in blood. Sorry. there, but she's bathed in blood. And, you know, remember, surely we will support this, they sometimes put pictures in that are symbolic. I'm not suggesting... There's two things. One that
excuse me, it's just happened again. The bed has just shook from side to side. I'm sorry to interrupt, but...
That's all right.
That's what's just happened.
I'm just going to sit sort of on the side of the bed.
Just in case it moves.
In case it moves, and I can...
Go on, and you sensed something behind you?
I just thought I heard something move again outside.
Okay.
Yeah, so either she's committed a murder, therefore she's drenched in blood, or people around her or her have ended her life like that.
Okay. Can you ask her what her name is?
I can't get her name. I'm trying hard to get her name.
Can you feel that, Carl?
I am sorry to interrupt. This has gone about 4 times.
So it's still moving?
Yeah.
She doesn't have to be near or on the bed to make it move.
No, I know. She can be anywhere, can't she?
Absolutely. She can manipulate things so the bed will move.
Is she
Do you want
unhappy?
to ask her?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah, she's not thrilled, I have to say.
Right.
If there's a spirit of a female, young female here, if you're moving the bed, can you please make the bed move now for us? Anything, Carl? No.
I saw the canopy moving.
No way.
What was that?
That was you, was it, that, Carl?
No, it seemed like it came from over here, but I'm not moving. I've just literally...
Did you? It was a bang, that was.
It was a big bang. If you made that noise, could you please make that noise again for me?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
That definitely came from behind us.
Did you die in this place?
Yes.
It's not coming from over
It's amazing.
Where's it coming from, John?
there. It wasn't coming from over there when I was stood over there. So
God, we're getting more and more of this, aren't we? Every time.
and I can never find
Okay.
out what it is.
Okay. Can I ask you if you owned this castle? Did your husband own this castle? Oh my God.
Was that water?
No, it was like
That's something else.
Yeah.
That's something else.
It's
Louis.
unbelievable.
It was a very big
Okay.
thing.
My feet.
Could we move people away from that area a little bit? Is that possible?
Yeah.
Please, if that was you, I know you've just told us that you died here and your husband owned this castle. Can you tell me, were you murdered here? Oh my God.
Shh, okay.
That's coming from right underneath my feet.
Okay, ask her to knock twice.
Okay. Can you knock twice for us as yes?
Twice.
Twice.
Right, shh, keep quiet.
Is your name Lady Drummond?
Was that... Really? Ask her to do it, really, if she could...
If that was you, please, could you do it? I have to be really formal here, I'm sorry, but... My lady, could you please do it twice for us, really loudly?
Wow.
Oh my gosh! Thank you!
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you!
What do you think of that, Louis?
It's very good, nice.
Okay.
Wow.
Is the other astral being a male? Was that a knock?
Yeah, it was. Very faint.
Should we be wary of him?
Oh my gosh! Wow. Does he want us to leave this place? Is he aware?
Yeah.
He does. Is he aware of us being here, my lady? He is. Will you stay with us and be with us for the rest of the night that we are here? Yeah.
Thank you.
That was fascinating.
The Gordon Room is synonymous with the ghostly apparition of Fyvie's Green Lady, an area that often makes both castle staff and visitors feel intense displeasure. And now the irregular bumps and bangs emanating from the bed have transferred a similar sensation through to some of the most haunted crew. This was, it seemed, the perfect place to begin the night vigils, but would it remain as active with just David, Richard, Carl and Stuart now present?
This is where we've been shown around. I mean, I could say this because David's already picked up a lady in here. I won't say her name or anything, but she said that he said one of the reasons for this room being so cold is because he said that the lady still resides here 400 years after she died. Oh. You think, wow, what a powerful... That scared the hell out of me.
If you're here, please make a sound in this room. Oh no, that's mad. Did you hear that?
I'm wondering whether that was me. Let me just try and do it.
No.
Nope.
Who's the thud again?
That was me, no.
Oh God, that was it.
Oh, it's exactly that one.
Please, if you're here, please make a sound.
Bloody hell.
No. Please make a really loud noise if this is your room. Okay, you obviously have a need to tell me something, is that right? You died here? Oh my God.
Sorry, no, it does freak me out, that.
It doesn't make
Direct answer.
It's unnerving, isn't
Tell you
it?
what, I know this sounds nonsense, but let me do a what's his name, Tom Clare. And when you're asking a question, I'm going to put my ear to the floor.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. You get
It sounds bloody stupid, but...
No, we'll have to try different things, Richard.
So you died here, you feel responsible for your own death. Was this the thing? Did you get it?
I can feel the floor. I swear to you. Do it again, David.
Was this a clan war?
Yeah. Oh.
What do you get?
I can feel the floor. You can. It's as if it's. I mean, I can't say it's there. It's there, but
You can't pinpoint it.
I can't pinpoint it, but I can feel the floor move.
Is the message for the people that still own this house? Is that too, Richard?
Yeah.
Do you want them back?
Oh, good grief!
What are you hearing? What are you getting, Richard?
I'm getting. I can feel the vibration within the floorboards, within the carpet, and you can hear it as clear. You can hear the tap much louder, of course, than we are up here, and it's coming from. It's as if someone's underneath here with a stick, putting up. Yes, but you can't pinpoint exactly where.
The thing is, the only thing to actually verify that under this, there is one room under this.
Yes.
But there's no one in there at the moment. So I'm not even pulling the camera. That was almost like...
Don't like it.
That was almost like...
That was almost like, shut up,
Really
listen to me.
Okay, we're listening to you now. Was that you that made that?
Just where that coming from? Can you hear that?
What have we done?
Shh.
Was this a welcoming call or a warning that some unseen soul had far more ulterior motives? Who would choose to answer our question?
I'm not having any more of this, I'm going.
A splendid stately home for several centuries, Aberdeenshire's Fyvie Castle had quickly awoken our senses, with several noises recorded. The precise proximity of these sounds had not only impressed our parapsychologist Louis Sava, it had also added to our endeavour as we proceeded with the night vigils. We returned to our original port of call, the morning room. I joined Louis, Derek and both Johns there, just yards from where an infant skeleton once lay.
Are you here with us? If you are, please try and talk to us. We don't...
Yeah. Now, see what happened then, Evie?
And again, and again.
Bang. You hear it?
Yeah.
The light then the bang. And again.
Wow.
They're behind us now.
It's okay. Don't worry. You're okay. You're all right.
That was like running. That was like running behind us.
Yes.
There's something coming through that hallway.
Okay, let's see.
I can hear it behind me.
Let's see. Wow. Hey, we've got a swirl coming all around us here. We've got 3 of them here. 3 of them, and they're around us. So don't worry, don't worry. Okay.
There, again. Please give us another sign if that's you knocking on the floor. Please knock harder. Can you not feel that? Can you not hear it?
No.
No?
Put your boom down there. I know it sounds silly, but... Please, if you can give us another sign, if that's you that's knocking on the floor, please knock again. What? Did you hear it? And again. Woo! Yeah. And again. I'm not moving. And again.
With so many investigations behind us, we know that some haunted homes can prove inconsistent in their phenomena. Activity levels dip between day and night and from room to room. Yet Fyvie was clearly hotting up, much to our amazement. Meanwhile, David, Richard, Carl and Stuart were already openly wondering what their vigil had stirred up on the second floor.
Tap 4 times if you can hear my voice properly.
Oh, no way.
1, 2.
It's
1, 2.
Just so that we're clear, can you please knock once for no?
Oh, all right.
That was yes, yes, yes.
Are you
That's what he said.
Are you and this woman married? Because that's how Yvette does to me when I say anything. Yes, yes.
Don't.
Oh, crying out.
What?
Did anyone... You need to...
We're all here.
What's up? Something just touched my leg. It kicked me. Something kicked me. Oh, sorry,
I've got a horrible feeling it's going to come up through the seat, through the floor.
Oh.
Do you know that?
Well,
I hope so.
I don't think she's going to manifest, but I think she's...
I'm not kidding you. I swear to you, something just kicked me. Something kicked my leg.
Okay, let's find out. So, did you just kick Carl?
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
That was the marriage quote.
Oh. Yes. Please. Oh. Just flicked my ear.
Yeah.
What? What happened?
Go on, I'm going. I'm not having any more of this. I'm going.
What happened?
What happened? Stu, what happened? Stu, don't go. Stu, what happened?
At least tell us what happened.
I've just stood there and something's just hit me on the shin.
So the same.
That's you and Carl. This is getting
What was it? What did it feel? What hit you? Was it a hand? Was it some grab you? Something hit you?
It felt as though something just went like that on my shin. That's all it was. I'm getting really scared now.
Okay, I'm going to ask you the question. I know you want me to ask it. I know you've impressed it. Is there anyone who's travelling with a group of people I arrived with or came with me that you shared a past life with? Make it louder, because that's not enough for me.
That was loud.
That was right by this door.
So someone here you already know. Is it someone in this room? Louder if it's someone in this room. Yeah. Is it Carl? Is it Carl? One knock. Okay, let's try. That's maybe a no. Is it Richard? Is it me, David? Is it Stuart? Is it Carl?
It's Carl.
All the others.
It's you, mate. You're the chosen one.
I really don't want it to be.
I really want to go.
But that was mad that he never... You better go, Stuart, if you want to go.
Do you want to go, Stu?
Do you mind?
You got to
No, Stuart, if you're not happy, mate, you've got to go.
I agree, you should
Try to
go
go.
if you're not happy. Alright, Stu. See you downstairs. Do Carl work in this house? Knock twice for yes. That was yeah.
I'm getting freezing cold and I'm really not enjoying it.
Okay.
I'm not frightened, I'm staying.
I just ask a few more questions because I don't want you to have to go through a PLR here because it's too... If you lived here and we regress you here, it's too much. It's too much for you. I just don't want to do that for you here.
Go.
I don't care what she says. It's too much for you.
She's saying, do it.
No, I don't care what she says. Well, if you want me to do something bigger than that... Okay. Listen to me. I'm going to ask you these questions then because I know you're impressing on me. This person who you're... Okay, calm down. Get me telling her off. This person, am I right when I say he saw what happened? He saw your love for someone else? Was this the person who was the someone else? Twice, please. Yes.
Oh, good grief. This is so emotional. It's so remarkable. Listen to her, she's going mad. Can I just not interject? Can I sort of come in? Is it all right if I use some names now?
Yeah.
I've been listening to you, communicating with us. I think I know who you are. Is your name Lilith Drummond? Dame Lilith Drummond?
Oh, she is formal.
I apologise. I really apologise for not referring to you with your correct title. Dame Lilith Drummond. It's you, isn't it, that's with us now? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Were you starved to death? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we feel so sorry for you. Was this gentleman that's here, was he your lover?
That surprises me. I wasn't getting that. I was getting more like confidant. Oh.
Wow. My gosh.
Was she in love with me? Oh, sorry.
That's a good point. Oh, well.
Yes.
Maybe ask that distinct question, Richard.
Sorry, you can't.
Okay. Can I just ask, were you in love with him?
Oh, my.
Okay. Was he in love with you?
Did he know of her love?
Did he know that you were in love with him?
He does now.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, getting all goosebumps.
I should think you are.
How did you feel, Carl, when you first got here, when you first came to the castle?
As soon as I walked in, but I'm not the only one to have said it, but as soon as I walked in, I felt that I could have moved straight in. And I've not been scared in any place here. And I found my way around very quickly.
Can you tell me, Dame Lilith?
That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Was this person in that life, was he called Douglas? Was it Dougal?
It's as if she's actually talking.
Was it Douglas? Please tap twice if it was Douglas. Was it Dougal? Thank you. It was one of them. So his name was Dougal.
We've never experienced anything quite like this.
Here.
It is absolutely remarkable.
It's because of the link.
Thank you very much, Lilius.
Oh, are we going or are we staying?
We've got to go. We're almost out of time.
Yeah,
have you got a torch, anybody?
Sorry, can you just grab all this?
Yes, of course.
You're right, Carl.
I don't like it.
She's not nasty. She isn't nasty.
It's not the point. It's just that I don't understand it and I'm frightened of it.
Well, I think that's my problem with her stuff.
Faces that express equal amounts of worry and puzzlement. And unbeknown to them at the time, David, Richard and Carl's experience of the Gordon Room would set the scene for a truly amazing climax to our investigation of Fyvie Castle.
Would you have liked to have had his children?
I don't understand this at all.
Fyvie Castle's walls may ooze with family portraits, but it's a member of Most Haunted's investigative team who has suddenly become everyone's centre of attention. As you've just witnessed, the audibles aimed at this group point to Carl's past life. Had his soul once belonged to a stable boy called Dougal, whose position and possible social standing had kept him from Fyvie's 17th century owner, Dame Lilith Drummond. We had to find out more, and our suggestion of a séance under the supervision of David Wells in this same area would hopefully solve some of our puzzled expressions.
Please, if you can hear my voice, can you tap twice on the floor to let us know that you can hear me? If you are a woman, please tap twice. Thank you. Are you Dame Drummond? Thank you. Thank you. Are you enjoying us being here? Please could you tap twice as a yes? Thank you. Okay, this is amazing. Thank you so very much.
She's going mad. What was that?
That's her. Are you in the room with us now? Are you happy that Carl is here?
Was she happy?
Oh my gosh.
This does freak me out.
Yeah. Do you remember him as Dougal? Carl, do you want to ask a question?
Speak to her, Carl.
Would you like Carl to speak to you? Please. Oh, listen to that. She wants to speak. Oh my gosh.
Lilith.
Oh, can you feel the table? Can you feel?
I feel very strange talking to you.
Oh my gosh, can you hear this, John? She loves this.
Do you miss me, or do you miss Dougal? Do I look like Dougal? Was your love something that you both wanted to happen but couldn't happen? Was it because I was a stable hand?
Yes.
All right, okay. And you were married?
Yes. Oh, wow. Never heard anything like this before.
Amazing.
Okay.
Do you miss me?
Oh. Oh.
Did Dougal talk to you about your problems?
Did you know that Carl was coming here today, and did you know that he was Dougal in a life with you?
Yes,
you did. You did. Did you make this happen, Lilith? Did you make us come here somehow, some way, so that you could speak to Carl or Dougal? Is that why you want to stay here, Lilith? You want to stay here until you have met with Dougal again? Because she doesn't want to leave here. She's quite happy here. Is that right, Lilith? You're happy here, aren't you? Yeah. Will you now want to cross over and move to the other side, go towards the light, now that you've spoken to Carl? So I'm correct in saying that you still wish to stay here? Yeah, please make the bangs louder for us so we can see. Thank you, so we can hear what you're saying.
Sure, I need to stay here.
Would you like Carl to stay here? Would you have liked to have married Carl? Would you have liked to have married Carl? Would you have liked to have had his children?
I don't understand this at all.
So that when you go and move to the other side, will you meet her? Will you see her? If so, move the table.
Say again?
When you die as Carl, will you see her? Will you meet up with her? Is that what she's waiting for?
Who are you?
No, I know that, but it's just ask her then.
When I die, will I come and see you? Will I be with you? Will my spirit, my soul be with you then?
Does she know you're married to me? Yes.
Whatever we had and that we couldn't keep, I'm so sorry.
Oh.
So she. I think I must have loved you very much. I don't think she died in 1664.
You don't?
I haven't got a clue why, but I don't think she did.
Table's going.
She didn't. Okay, don't say anything, because I don't know when she died. Did you die 1664? Not twice if you died in 1664. Did you die before 1664?
Yeah. Gosh, amazing.
Did you die in the 1500s? You did die in the 1600s. Was it before 1605?
Yeah.
Was it 1604?
1603. 1602. This is 1601.
Yeah. Was it?
Yeah.
You're kidding?
Of course I'm not. No, she died in 1601.
No way!
Do we know what date?
No.
Don't know it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's all.
Good grief. That's amazing.
What month was this that you came back? You died in May, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was it June? Was it July? August? September? October?
Yeah, that's correct.
Is that
Is it
right?
right?
Yeah, that's what Robert was telling us earlier. That the problem, they have serious problems here in October, the anniversary.
Lily is still here.
One or two of our recent investigations have taken unexpected detours into the psyche of some crew members. Thankfully, with spiritual help at close hand, we now feel that we all have a closer idea of how to handle such delicate and often extremely emotional situations. Fyvie Castle's early auditory phenomena soon made way for an almost unbelievable discovery. Had our 800-mile round journey been more than coincidence? Had Carl's past life conspired to bring Most Haunted to this building? Whether this is a rational explanation or romanticism remains open to conjecture. But a later review of footage did identify one other peculiar anomaly. Just moments before we called it a night, and as he sat discussing this remarkable experience, was this Carl's former love bidding one final farewell to the soul that still holds so dear.
Well, we've had some fantastic venues, but Fyvie Castle, for me, ranks as one of the best. We knew it was going to be good before we got there, but regardless of that, it's been amazing.
Unfortunately, I wasn't present at Fyvie Castle for the Most Haunted team's investigation. However, after speaking to the team, the various witnesses, and seeing some of the footage, I am able to comment on some of the phenomena that occurred. The first point of interest is when Carl had a sense that he had been at the location before. Now, this we'd call déjà vu, and it was followed up by impressions that David got of a possible past life. He said that Carl perhaps was a stable boy called Duke.
You're the chosen one.
I really don't want it to be.
There are two possible explanations for what's going on here. Either David genuinely picked up on a past life. He genuinely tapped into some sort of psychic energy that was associated with the location and was able to interpret the déjà vu experience as a genuine past life. Another explanation might be it's merely his interpretation. David may have been getting visual images or auditory images and therefore matched them to Carl's experience. Later on in the investigation, Carl actually said the word married and was kicked as if by some unseen force.
Are you and this woman married? Because that's how Yvette does to me when I say anything. Yes.
Don't.
Oh, crying out.
What? What's up?
Something just touched my leg. It kicked me. Something kicked me.
It's very difficult to tell from the footage that we have available that the kicking sensation that Carl experienced was not as a result of another member of the crew accidentally kicking him or perhaps knocking into furniture in that particular location. During a séance that was conducted, there was tapping heard. Fortunately, on hand was John Gilbert, the sound man, who was able to pinpoint the source of the tapping to the centre of the room, and I believe the centre of the actual table where the séance was occurring.
Please make the bangs louder for us so we can see. Thank you, so we can hear what you're saying. Oh my gosh.
However, a skeptic would argue that it's not well-controlled conditions. We cannot be sure that somebody wasn't subconsciously producing the tapping, or perhaps because of the old location, that it wasn't merely an environmental cause. For example, the floorboards, windowsills, any wooden part of the environment that may have been altering slightly because of a drop in temperature.
Are you happy that Carl is here?
Oh, is she happy? Oh my gosh. Remembering that Carl is a skeptic, I saw Carl's face. I saw the tears in Carl's eyes and the emotion that came over him. And I personally think we're starting to convince Carl.
Would you have liked to have married Carl? Would you have liked to have married Carl?
I don't understand this at all.
Many names and faces can be connected to Scotland's Fyvie Castle. But is its biggest treasure a hidden love and endless passion that time cannot tame? Until next time, sleep tight.
Make sure you're watching Living TV this Sunday night at 9 for Most Haunted's 15th live ghost hunt taking place over the summer solstice. Next tonight, Most Haunted Extra.